Welcome back, everybody. Today we'll be taking a look at Studio Series 86 GRIMLOCK. This is not the first release, but the package refresh, and I do not have any accessories for him, so I will get him out of the way. Wheelie is very lame. He's mostly painted. He has a barely functioning ball joint on his head. He has arms articulated that can go, like, they can turn around like this 360, and they can only kick out, if I remember correctly. So one can kick out and one can basically only come like this. That is how it's molded, basically come like this, so that he can use his slingshot. And honestly, he was not needed. I would have rather had the sword for GRIMLOCK than the wheelie. And again, he has the little slingshot that you can put in his hands. He has two places to sit on GRIMLOCK in robot mode. It is these two. And he basically, under his thigh, somewhere here, has a tab that you can basically stick in here or here. And when he is in dino mode, he has at the side of his legs, somewhere at the knee, like here, holes, and you can put him in, stick him here or here. I'll show that again when I come to his alt mode, but that is wheelie. And the gun, it is NOS Blast Effect compatible. Most of the figures that I tried, the gun could fit only on GRIMLOCK's hand, out of the ones that I tried. So it is kind of specific. And in robot mode, it can store in the back. I will show where when I come to it. Now, let's take a look at him. He is gorgeous. He is basically a mainline masterpiece. This is GRIMLOCK from the 86 movie and from the cartoon. Literally nothing about it. He's completely accurate. Some people argue about this, that you cannot see the Autobot symbol, but I don't really care, because this all black looks better to me than to have little red Autobot symbol be visible. It is barely visible, but I consider that not visible. His head sculpt is indeed one of the best, and overall presence, he feels so commanding, so gorgeous. And then you have, this is whole painted. When you open him up, basically he has a little plastic piece that is protecting this part of the chest, so it doesn't touch the box. So that's very neat. And just much mechanical detail, and it looks good on him. I don't think he would look good if you took that accuracy mantra that was only recently created with using less detail. Again, more amazing detail. And he also has detail in some places that you would only see during transformation, and very few hollow bits. And the only hollow bit I remember is here, but it makes sense showing the transformation. Now, waist and thighs are not, they are crazy in detail, but that's not very too visible. And his legs are done very nicely. And again, more amazing mechanical detail and stuff that you usually don't see. Like, look at his detail. That is amazing. And from the back, I like that they managed to make these two, like the little bingy things that he had. They're just sides of the dinosaur mode, and his transformation is very screen accurate, but we'll get onto that after articulation. His head can turn 360, he can look up about that far, but if I just move the head, it's this far. It's because I'm moving his whole piece under the head, and just if it's just the head, he can look down that far, but that far if I push the head. Now these bits can go here and they can go up like this. So you have good range of motion if you don't want them to be mostly visible, or you need to move them because of the arms, because they get sometimes in the way. Now, as you previously saw, 360, and this piece gets a bit of the way, but it could do a 360. Again, I think this is a universal joint. Now you have a bicep swivel, well over 90 degrees at the elbow, and it can connect here, but that's for transformation. I just thought that it's cool. You have his fist being able to turn 360, but I really only don't like that he doesn't have fingers. Again, I would rather have a Grimlock with articulated fingers than that, God forbidden wheelie. He is so bad. Now, he doesn't have ab crunches, which I do not know why I expected, but I expected. He can turn at waist 360. His legs kick out more than 90 degrees, kick to the side about 90, and to the back it cannot because of dinosaur head, but if we move it about a little more than 90. Let me connect everything back together, and then to finish off with swivel, not quite at the thigh, quite far up. For example, you would expect a thigh swivel, let's look here, to be somewhere here. It's a bit lower. I thought that would be neat to say. And he has very good ankle tilts. And this looks like a little gap filler, so that is cool too. And again, some detail that you wouldn't normally see, which is very cool. Now, let's transform this fella. You will take his arms and connect them at the elbow, like this. Now you will take the hands, have them like this, and push inside, and you will have something that looks like this. Again, for the other side. Now I move to the legs. You take this, a hold of this part, disconnected, and this is double hinged, so you will use those to get to here. Do the same for the other side. Now turn him around. I usually like to do this with his hands and the T-pose because it makes my life a little bit easier. You take hold of this section and open it up. You take this is again double hinged, so you will wiggle it until it pops out like that. Same for the other side. Now you will grab a hold of his leg. I didn't mention the knees. You can, while using the knee joints, you can sometimes disconnect them like this, which is used for transformation, so usually just hold them while you are using those. You'll disconnect the knee and push down a bit. Now you see that you can push this section further in, so you will do that, then continue and hold there, because I would like to do the other leg. Again, push in and leave it there. Now I pull out the head, leave it there, and I push these sections in once I put the legs like this. And that should hold very nicely. Same for the other side. Now to connect them. This is basically the tail. It will connect here into here, here into here, and here into here. So you're and here into here. So you'll just line everything properly and start pressing on it. most of those will click, but by the time they stop clicking, you will know how they should be. And usually one doesn't click in, so I have to turn him around and push him in from here. Now, you take a grab a hold of his chest plate and you disconnect it. Simply disconnect it. Now this has gotten a bit loose, but never mind, because that's not a real joint. And that is some of the detail that I was talking about that you would see only during the transformation, which is so cool. Now, you see how this is molded? That will fit on these two. So you will slide that on top. I don't know exactly how to explain the feeling, but everything will line up properly. And you will see that the sides have entered those two. Now you can straighten out his legs. You take a hold of his head and push it down with the section that you can use for articulation. You close these two. You see where they connect. Here, 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 here. Connect those. And just click that into place. And for the final, you will take a hold of his arm and disconnect him from that part. So basically, his arms connect here and here. For the robot mode, this is connected, and for the alt mode, this is connected. So the dinosaur can have knees. That is very good design. And again, this is purely 86 Grimlock. He isn't even commanding anymore. He isn't as commanding. He just like looks like a big idiot. The articulation on the alt mode is the head up to that far, down that far. His jaws open up to here. His arms can do a 360, but his legs get in the way. It could technically do. He has a little over 90 degrees at the elbow and so much back. I don't know why. I mean, it's designed by like he didn't need it. And then for legs, his knees go up far beyond 90, and he has thigh swivels, which is actually very articulated. I do not own any of the other Dinobots, but I am looking forward for Sal that I may get soon, not soon, but soon. And let's take a look at the details. I've seen people complain that he doesn't have front teeth, but my argument was, I mean, except that I don't really care, I would expect him to not have front teeth. I mean, he looks like an idiot without them. And he is an idiot. I was once talking with a guy on a convention, and he said that he bought the upgrade kit mostly because of teeth. And I said, I mean, I don't really mind it. You could say that he just fell off some stairs and ruined his front teeth. I mean, it's Grimlock. I would totally expect it from him. That was my argument. Yeah, I know, very smart. And this symbol is very cool with some niche detail. His head is the wrong side. His head is not too rich in detail, but they are evenly disrupted. Now, the gun would store here. At a side, it will have two tabs, ports, whatever, that you will be able to plug in here. And the little wheelie guy. These are the two holes that I was talking about. So he will be able to sit. You will have to push a little harder than you expect, at least from my experience. But once you get the hold of it, it'll become relatively easy. Oh yeah, he can also turn. I know, very sick. He is actually so articulated for a alt mode. For an alt mode. This is, again, basically just Grimlock. I love that they kept this section here, and it's very dark. I think that is the animation model. Now, for the tail, again, some amazing color breakup that very well transitioned into the alt mode, and some more details to the side, which are again pretty sick. Now, this is really worth the $50 you would be paying for it. I'm saying 50 because that's supposed to be leader price. Even though I got it for 80. I mean, yeah, that's bad. But it's Grimlock. It's worth it. It's worth it for Grimlock. Now, this is one of the very few figures that I own that I can't say miss something. I mean, looking at the things he has, he's definitely worth the price. I see somewhere room for improvement, like the fingers, a sword, but really, the sword it is just that they make you buy Swoop for his sword, which is a good marketing decision overall. But really, I could have seen hands, but not like this. Not with Wheelie. He definitely is worth 50 without Wheelie, but I can't see him having hands when you get Wheelie with him. So he's really one of my favorites. Out of all generations figures, I would say that he is my favorite. I do have Omega Supreme, and like considering he is $200, I see some places for improvement that screams $200 can do this, which is why this guy is my favorite. If I didn't include the price, Omega would be, but that's topic for another video. Basically, he's really good. He is he lost his interesting aspect to me because he's just like perfect. There is nothing cute. I mean, for example, this guy. For some reason, I like his color scheme much more, and he is a little idiot. I mean, I can at least say that this is wrong with him, and that brings some charm to the figure, which this guy doesn't have, but it's not unfortunately, it's morally gray. And I will transform him. No, I won't. I will actually do comparisons for both of his molds. Now, this is him compared to 86 Galvatron. Again, I am doing the G1 comparisons. He's standing. This is him compared to Legacy Dragstrip. And him compared to AOTP Air Raid. See? Yeah, I think you can see him now. Basically, by how I'm recording with my phone, I don't really see what you are seeing. So I will quickly pause and you'll see him in robot mode. Now this is GRIMLOCK compared to the others in his robot mode. Now to finish off with talking about him, I really think, I mean, let's say that they are sold out everywhere, which they are, but like, I'm just saying, I would say that you should go for him if you could get him for about $75 maximum. I said 80, I think it was 75, but I just ran to a number. So I really think he is amazing and he is definitely worth to get. Now, thank you for watching. You may like, you may subscribe, and have a nice day.